Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. I have a problem with the camera that you're looking at me with. Does that make any sense? I hope it does, and I'll tell you what it is here in a minute. So the camera that I've been using over the last year is a Sony. Specifically, the model number is HDR CX110. And the issue I'm having with it is that the angle of view is pretty narrow. I have it as wide angle as I can get it. So this camera is basically backed up all the way to the wall, and just so I can get the enough of my desk and me in the picture. So I was looking for an inexpensive solution short of buying a whole nother camera, because this thing costs enough, and I'm not buying another camera. So I was at Best Buy and I came across a possible $30 solution, and we'll check it out together. And that is the Platinum Plus. I already opened the package, but it's a Platinum Plus by Sunpak wide angle lens. Now this is a 0.5 times lens, so it should basically open up the angle. So let's see what we get in here. I already opened it. We have the lens. Let me go ahead and give you a close-up of that. And this lens, without any adapter on it, is 37 millimeter. I'm not sure. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I didn't do my homework for this video, but I had a lot of work that I had to bring home, and I still wanted to get this out in time, so I don't have a lot of practice. So anyway, besides the lens, you get these adapter rings, and these adapter rings have on them a certain millimeter, a certain size, and that's basically the size of the threads on the camera. That's if your camera has threads. You need to look at the camera, see if it has threads. If it does, then you could put filters on there, and you could put lenses on there. So this particular one can handle, this is 25 to 30, okay, this is for 25 millimeter threads, this is for 37 millimeter lens, I'm sorry, I can't talk today. I have 25 millimeter, 27 millimeter, 30.5 millimeter, 30 millimeter, and 37 millimeter. So you have all those choices with one solution. And what's really cool is if you have two cameras that have different sizes, if they're within this range, you could use this lens for both of them. So I would like to demonstrate the difference so you could see how much of a view you have here. Now I gotta remember which guy went on here. Hold on a minute. Okay, so this model camera has a 30 millimeter thread in front of the lens. So you take your adapter and you take your lens and you screw it on the back. And I gotta get up here because the camera's so far away. I gotta keep it all the way on the other side. And we'll go ahead and put that on. So there we go. So now we'll go ahead and put it on here. Now this is where you get to listen to an obnoxious noise besides my voice as I screw this on. Alright, there we go. So now you can see a lot more of my room. But what I could do is now I can move this camera up a little bit closer. And now it's easier for me to turn it on and off. So, big difference, huh? It's, you know, if you don't have a lot of room to shoot, or you're backing up the camera all the way to the other wall just to get your shot, this is a great solution. And you could see that it's sharp. A lot of wide angle lenses, sometimes you'll have problems like when you get to the edge here, the edges of the picture. Sometimes you'll see a little black here in the corners, right here, right in here, right in here. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of distortion or blurriness on the edges, but I think this looks pretty good. For 30 bucks, not a bad solution. So this is the Platinum Plus by Sunpak. Again, this is the packaging. That's what it looks like. They do have another product where instead of all these, it's magnetic, and it just sticks on magnetically. So if you have like a flip cam that has some metal on it that's magnetic, you could just magnetically sticks right onto the camera. And I think that one's a couple of dollars cheaper than this one. Now, there's some neat things you could do with this. Let's say you have a camera. This is my first HD camera, which is a total piece of garbage. But this Sony camera, it doesn't have any threads at all. Well, I could take this particular one, it looks like it fits sort of on there, and crazy glue it on there. And then I have a permanent thread to move this camera on here. Before that magnetic one came out, the magnetic version of this, you could search on YouTube and you could find a couple of videos where people take these mounts and they crazy glue it to like their flip cams to get the desired angle they're looking for. One other note, I'm going to go ahead and take this lens off real quick. Sorry about the noise. And I'm going to turn this around. Now, if you notice, there is a ring. You can see the notch right. I got to find that notch now. There's a notch right here, right in here. There's another one on the opposite side, right in here. And that's because there's a ring. And what you could do is, if you have the right tool, or if you could use a CD, and they could grab those without scratching the lens, you can go ahead and undo that ring, and these optics can come out, and you could flip them around, and it'll make a neat fisheye lens. Again, if you search for Sunpak wide angle lens, if you search for Sunpak wide angle and then the word mod or the word fisheye with that, you'll find a couple of YouTube videos where somebody shows how to do that. It's really simple. So just be careful not to scratch your lens. But you know what? It's inexpensive. It's not a lot. There are a lot more expensive solutions out there, but this seems to work pretty good. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm sorry I had to rush through this video, but you know, I'm not quite making enough money doing this to supplement my real job. Hopefully one day this is sort of my retirement plan, because I have no plan. So again, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate you all coming back and supporting me and leaving great comments, and that's it. Have a great evening.